everybody, this is Goodwin. First off, I'm going to say how sorry I am that I couldn't be there tonight for Joel's retirement concert. But I did want to take a few minutes and talk about my experience with the man when I went to CSUN back in the day. In my very first encounter with Joel was actually when I was in high school, and I was playing in a high school group, and Joel was a judge for a contest called the Hollywood Bowl Battle of the Bands. As I remember, he didn't like us very much, and he didn't pass us on to the next round, and I thought, wow, that's one tough judge, based on his comments that he made. He did kind of offhandedly compliment the arrangements, which were mine, but other than that, there was that. So the next year, we entered the contest again, and there's this guy, Joel Leach, once again judging us. He liked us a little more this time. Still didn't pass us on to the next round. But a few weeks after that, I went out to my mailbox and I got a letter from him. And that was a letter that was going to change my life, because he invited me to Cal State Northridge to come have a look around and see what was going on there. And after that, I really never considered going to college anywhere else. If we're lucky, we come under the influence of people that positively influence our lives. I had a bunch of people in that category, but if I had to narrow it down to a top 5, it would be Janet Hodges, first piano teacher, Robin Snyder, high school band director, Bill Calkins, Cal State Northridge sax instructor, and Joel. Well, that's only 4. So let's add Thad Jones to the list. Thad Jones. I better add John Williams, so that's 6. So, well, you see what the issue is. But get down to it. Joel had a huge influence on my thinking when it came to the sound of a contemporary big band. His rehearsal techniques had a way of getting the absolute best out of his players. I mean, we had a really good band back at CSUN back then, but the truth was, there were other schools that had better players than us, better musicians, but none of them could touch us when it came to ensemble unity. And Joel established a culture, like an environment, where everybody in the band took pride in getting things tight and working together. And it wasn't like other big bands we've all played in, where you sit there and you kind of endure the charts until it's your time to solo. There was none of that. And that philosophy is something that, you know, we hold forth today in the Big Fat Band. It's where the music comes first. The pride in the ensemble comes first before anybody's ego. I was lucky in another way back then, because in Joel, I had a guy that encouraged my writing, and he played my charts. And it's not like today when, you know, kids can get a bunch of gear and they can hear what their music sounds like. Back then, you needed a band to actually play your charts, so you could learn what worked and what didn't work. And with the CSUN A band, I had the ultimate laboratory to experiment in. If something didn't work, there was little doubt that it was me that sucked and not the band. And Joel was then, and continues to be, generally supportive of my writing. There is one other moment I want to relate to you, and it was a seminal moment for me, because I had gotten a call to do a road gig. It was, I think, sometime after the end of my sophomore year. So a lot of my friends, you know, were already out on the road, you know, and they're out there making money and having fun and meeting girls and just, you know, living life. And here I am, grinding my way through the first 2 kind of difficult years in college, studying music history and modal counterpoint and you know. So I had a chance to get out on the road, you know, and sample a little bit of life, make some money. It sounded pretty awesome at the time. So I go in, I'm talking to Joel about it and see what he thinks. And I'll never forget what he said, and it's something that I've repeated to kids again and again. What he said to me was, yeah, you could leave school, you could make some cash, probably have some fun, but you would be really limiting your options for the future. You may think you know what you want to do with your life now, but things can change unexpectedly, and it's important to keep your options open for as long as you can. Keep working on your game, expand your skill set, and your time will come. So I took his advice. I stayed in school, and as things turned out, those music history classes, those counterpoint classes, those conducting classes, orchestration classes, all that stuff that I would have missed had I left, those skills enabled me to work in film right now. And the film scoring work is what is providing key support for the existence of the Big Fat Band. So I never would have thought it at the time, but no Dr. Skopsky, no Big Fat Band. And Joel Leach kept me from slipping off the rails back then. I'm going to let you guys all get back to the program. Have a great concert, and Joel, congratulations on a great career. Thank you so much for everything that you did for me and for all the students at Cal State Northridge.